Sounds good.
This is the Martiaudio DI box.
It's very vintage sounding. It's really warm. Makes everything sound really fat. Whether I'm using the P bass or the J bass pickups, it sounds great. I like it.
Today we're going to be looking at the Martiaudio ToneMachine DI and Reamp box. As I said, it's a DI and Reamp box from UK boutique manufacturers Martiaudio, who do lots of cool audio tools. It's put in this robust metal case and finished in this rather attractive kind of copper mottled stone effect. So what is this DI and Reamp box? Well, we all know what a DI box is. It takes in the guitar or bass signal, usually, and sends off via an XLR to a mic pre. Fine. Reamp boxes, well, Reamp boxes are usually for sending a signal into and going back out to guitar level or bass level. Well, this is all built into one, so you can have this plugged in, have your guitar going in here, and a line off to the amplifier, your signal to the desk, and then, you know, when your guitarist is finished playing their live take, you might do some edits or something, then you might come back and send the signal back into here, and it will come out this side and reamp into the amp. It has a custom built, custom wound transformer for kind of Motown sound, because it's kind of focused on bass as well as guitar. I found that really good, the different settings for this with bass. They really made a difference. So we have normal, bright, and baritone mode. And the baritone mode was like this really soft, Motown-y bass sound, which is really nice. Chicken head knob to the side for volume. It would have been nice if this knob was the same as this knob, actually, but more about that in a second. So chicken head knob for volume, which lets you trim up and down. Really controllable, really easy to use. I'm not sure if that might get knocked during live use, but I'm sure if you wanted that changed, they could probably change that for you. Of course, your input from your desk. Ground lift, which is unlabelled. And they've done that on purpose because there's a sort of philosophical point of whether you should be ground lifting or not. I think Martiaudio would rather that you weren't ground lifting if you don't need to be. So it's a 3-position switch that does ground lift in 1 or 2 of the positions. I don't know, but it makes you think when you're making that setting. Next up, we have the active and passive control on this knob here, and that gives you a lot of extra gain or potentially gain reduction, maybe slightly too much in fact, but this is potentially being changed in the latest iteration of this product. So I'm told by Martiaudio that they may have a remote control setting, so you can control whether you've got an active or passive guitar or bass input. And then of course you've got your XLR on the output. It actually looks really well built. I mean, it's very much a hand-built product, but it's really robust, and I would have no qualms about taking this out on the road, putting it on stage. It held up well in the studio, and it was really handy to have something that was just there that I could take a signal out of and then immediately send the signal back in if I wanted to, without having to reset up a new reamp. That was a really useful feature, and I think these combined units could, you might see some more of these on the market soon. It's not cheap. I don't know the retail price at the moment, but I'll put a link in the description below. It's definitely one for someone who wants to treat themselves to a really nice DI box. And I think it is a really nice DI box, actually. A really nice DI and Reamp. And, if you wanted to get a Reamp and a DI box of a decent quality, a proper passive one, then you are looking at 2 fairly expensive products. But what does it sound like? Well, I've been recording a load of bass through it, a load of guitar through it, and I'm going to do a tutorial of how to reamp as well before this has to go back to Martiaudio. So let's have a listen to some of the sounds.